Today we're going to talk about the power of the valleys of life. Before I start talking about the power of the valleys of life, I want you to go down and hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. And also, don't forget to choose the like button whenever you're watching this video. The power of the valleys of life. We all seen these postcard pictures of valleys you see over in Sweden or Switzerland, and you'll see these mountain ranges on either sides, and then you will see lush green valleys with houses and a river or stream running in the middle and cows and animals feeding on the sides. That's what we're going to be talking about today, the power of the valleys of life. You see, in a valley, all the minerals, the nutrients are all deposited. They'll wash down off the mountains, ranges, and they will deposit down into the valleys. So the valleys are the most fertile places that you could find. And the reason given as we go through life, when you are in the valley of life, when you feel like you're not going anywhere, that's the most pertinent time in your life to grow. That's the most pertinent time in your life to grow in terms of your personal development. Sharpen your skill. Sharpen the tools that you have. Sharpen the skill sets that you have. Learn to do what you do and do it even better. Learn to build your mind. Learn to grow your communication skills. Learn to understand how to interrelate with people. Learn how to build that foundation in which you stand on. That's the power of being in a valley. You see, in a valley you could glean. In a valley you could utilize all the nutrients and the minerals that are there. You could utilize all the resources you have around you. You could read every day. You could watch podcasts. You could home in at a specific area that you want to sharpen and learn it. You could go on places like edx.org and learn anything you want for free. You know, you could go on the sites like those and sit down and sharpen your mind. Sharpen the way you think. A lot of times in our lives, we think that when we are buried, when we are buried, life will bury us under circumstances. You'll lose a job. You'll lose a situation. A sale won't go through. You'll lose a friendship. You'll lose someone. You'll lose something, and you feel like your life has come to an end. But what you realize, a lot of times you can look back at your life and you realize that when things occurred in your life that you thought you were being buried, then you were truly being planted. You were truly being planted. You could never have been where you are now or where you're going to go without certain circumstances occurring in your life. You see, we are the sum total of all the circumstances that occur in our lives, whether good or bad. You see, if we look at it and we look at it as learning experience, if we look at it as ways in which if we trust someone and we lost their trust or they lost our trust, then we learn how to deal with people. We learn how to interrelate with people. You don't let that bad experience destroy all your other friendships. You learn from them and you become a better person. I like standing on core principles. I stand on core principles of trust and honesty and integrity and honoring others and loving others. You see, I am one of those people who believe that within the quadrants of your ear, from one ear to the other, there is the greatest real estate you could find in the entire world. If you develop it, you could be whatever you want to be. You could go wherever you want to go. You could do whatever you want to do. You don't have to do bad things in life. You don't have to go out and do illicit things to succeed in life, because your creator have given you all the potential between your two ears to come up with ideas and come up with ways and means to help other people get what they want, so you will get what you want, so you will prosper and you will succeed in life. So when you look at struggles, don't look at struggles or disappointment as disappointment, because some of those very same disappointment are catalysts in order to accelerate you forward into the life, into the destiny that your creator have created you to live, into the life that you have created, your creator have ordained for you to live. You see, a lot of times you always have to remember when you're being buried, it's not always a bad thing. It could be that you're being planted. So just water that seed. Water that seed. Learn to develop that seed. Learn to grow your mind while you're in the valley. Learn to utilize the skills, utilize the people around you, the mentors around you. Get mentors. Surround yourself with finishers. There's a lot of people in life that can't finish things. And you know why they can't finish things? Because they didn't discipline themselves to finish. Everything you learn. When I get up in the morning, what I do, the very first thing that I do is make my bed. The reason why I make my bed, it's one complete task. The first complete task, and that sets the tone for everything else. And I keep finishing things all day long. I surround myself with finishers. If we will have a baton or a race, they're Usain Bolt finishers in my life. I'm not a Usain Bolt, but they're people who are master at finishing. And you see, those people, I have them in my life and close friends because they constantly say, Flavian, come up here. Flavian, you can do better. Flavian, keep moving forward. Flavian, you can finish. You can get it done. And those people keep cheering me on. The problem is whenever we can't finish things, number one, we don't realize the only way to eat an elephant is one step at a time. So you just have to be 1% better than you were yesterday. It's not about completing everything or mastering everything in one day. It's about being 1% better than you were the day before. So you see, you want to go out there and you want to work on yourself so that you're 1% better than the day before, and you're striving to be a finisher. And another thing too, with learning how to be a finisher in the valley, because all of this you got to learn in the valley. You can't get out of the valley if you don't master these skills. So you see, when you learn how to be a finisher in the valley, it's that you have to be disciplined. You see, discipline. So you cultivate that discipline. And as you cultivate that discipline, you go out there and you start with things. I read a lot. And you know how I read a lot? The first time I decided I'm going to read, I'm going to sharpen my mind, I got a book, and I got the book and I count how many pages that were in the book. And then I count how many the days are in a month. And I said, I'm going to finish reading this book in a month. And I took that book and I subdivide the pages as to how many pages I need to read a day. You see, and if I need to read 5 pages a day, I read exactly 5 pages every single day like clockwork. It's just like I walk 10,000 steps every day. And what I do, I take those times I walk and I listen to my Audible. I have tons of books on Audible, and I listen to my Audible and I sharpen my mind while I walk. And what I do, it's like clockwork. Nothing gets in the way. I just open the door, walk out the door, and I go walking. And I'll walk until I meet my goals of 10,000 or more steps in that day. And I do it every single day. If you surround yourself with doers, then you will be doers. You will be a doer. If you surround yourself with people who just sit around and wale and parlay with you and laugh with you and oh, it's fine. You know, we could just sit on the couch and watch TV. You will get nothing done. You have to surround yourself with people who are doers. You have to surround yourself with people who know how to cultivate things in the valley. You have to surround yourself with people who know how to use the resources in the valley, because know in order to climb the mountain, in order to get to the top of the mountain, in order to climb up Mount Everest, you have to master down in the valley. Because once you master the living down in the valley, when you go up the mountains of life, when you go through the circumstances of life, you're stronger. You're able to weather your storms. You see, as you're down there and you're growing into a finisher and you're growing your skills, you have to be careful not to let any clowns in your castle. Because you see, if you let a clown in your castle, what happens? Your castle will soon turn into a circus. You do not want to let a clown into your castle. That means you don't want people who come in and marginalize what you're doing. You don't want people who come in and marginalize your goals. You don't want people who come in and say, oh, it's fine. It is okay. You could just relax a little bit. You don't have to do all of that, you know. You don't need none of that. You need doers. You need people who will encourage you. You need people who will pour life into you. You need people who will encourage you. You see, if I ran track, and how I got good at track, I always found the one person that was better than me, and I trained with them and I ran against them. When I beat them, then I know I was faster than them. Then I went and found somebody else that was better than I was, and you keep training. You see, the same thing with soccer. You go find somebody on the team that's better than you, and you practice with them, you train with them. So iron sharpens iron. You get better than them, you go find somebody else that's better than them, and you constantly progress. Same thing with tennis. If you're playing tennis, you go out and you play against somebody who's better than you. So as you're here in the valley, you want to go out there and find people to mentor you that are better than you. And then have those iron sharpen iron and be willing to learn, be teachable. A lot of people, they're not teachable. I will never help anybody who's not teachable. Once I find out that you're not teachable and you don't want to learn anything, I'm not going to waste my time with you. But I promise you, if you're willing to learn, I'll pour everything I have into you. I will teach you everything that I know because you're willing to learn. I will always find the flame of somebody who's willing to learn, but I will not sit with the sitters. I will always be getting up and moving with the movers. So I want to encourage you with the power of the valleys of life, the power of the valleys of life, that you go out there today and keep moving forward, keep growing, keep developing into the person that your creator created you to be, and learn to master the being down in your valleys so you could get up to the mountaintop. I'll see you at the top. God bless you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And when you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to select the bell, because by selecting bell, it gives you a wonderful opportunity to be notified whenever I add a new video. And please click the like button. God bless you.